Saguna Bhakti, Nirguna Bhakti. Saguna Bhakti means devotion to God with attributes, and if we talk about Nirgun Bhakti, it means same thing, devotion to the God without. So this portion is same, devotion to God, but here it's without attributes. अब इसके बारे में थोड़ा सा और डिस्कस करते हैं. सबसे पहले सगुन के बारे में. So basically, this path involves devotion to a personal God who has a specific form. So सगुना में क्या है कि गॉड का एक स्पेसिफिक फॉर्म है, नेम है, एट्रीब्यूट है. The divine is seen as an avatar, that means incarnation, that can be worshipped, loved and served. अब हम इसके कोर कॉन्सेप्ट की बात करें. So the worshipping God in a manifest personal form. So for example, Rama, Krishna, Shiva. ठीक है. Mode of worship is this path emphasize ritual, idol worship, bhajan. Bhajan means devotional songs, kirtan, group chanting and visiting temples. Relationship with God. So the devotee often develops a deep emotional relationship with God, such as that of friend, parent, child, or beloved. अभी आरुषि, आप मुझे कुछ की या जो इम्पोर्टेंट सेंट्स हैं उनके नेम बताओ.
सर तुलसीदास, मीराबाई,
ठीक है. Tulsidas,
and
he was a devotee of Lord Rama who wrote Ramcharit Manas. Mirabai, a Rajput princess whose life was devoted to Lord Krishna. इसके बाद और बताओ. Surdas, a devotee of Lord Krishna, famous for his Sur Sagar. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, a key figure in Gaudiya Vaishnavism tradition, known for his ecstatic devotion to Krishna. Next one is Nirguna. So this path involves devotion to a formless, abstract, and attribute less God. The divine is understood as the ultimate, all pervading reality, Brahman. That is beyond any name or form. If we talk about core concept, then worshipping the unmanifested universal spirit, it is more philosophical and meditative. And if I talk about mode of worship, what is mode of worship? Anyone? It reject idol worship, elaborate rituals, and caste system. It emphasizes meditation, that means dhyan, self realization, and singing of hymns, that is sabd. That describe the formless God. Relationship with God. The goal is to realize the divine with oneself, understanding that the individual soul, Atma, is one with the ultimate reality. If we talk about की सेंट, स्निग्धा, आप मुझे कुछ की सेंस या पोर्ट्स उनके नेम बताइए, एक बता दीजिए. कौन बताएगा, कोई बताओ, नेम बताओ, एक तो कुछ तो बताइए.
सर कबीर दास, गुरु नानक।
Okay, Kabirdas. So basically, a mystic poet who criticized both Hinduism and Islam, advocating for a direct path to the one, that is formless God. Second is Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism, who preached the message of message of Ek Onkar, that means one formless God. Next one is Dadu the
रैदास।
Dadu Dayal, a saint from Gujarat who preached the oneness of God. ठीक है, तो और भी लिस्ट है, आप लोग इसके बारे में पढ़ लेना. ठीक है. सबसे पहले अब हम डिस्कस करेंगे गुर्जर प्रतिहार डायनेस्टी. इसके बारे में अब देखो, जो भी डिस्कस कर रहे हैं आप समझ लो कि आपके एग्ज़ाम के लिए बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है, तो थोड़ा सा अटेंशन दो, और जिसको नहीं देनी है तो वो देख ले अपना क्या करना है उसको. की डिटेल्स. सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट टाइम पीरियड. कोई बताएगा टाइम पीरियड? आरुषि.
8th century।
8th सेंचुरी टू 11th कॉमन एरा. अभी ये पूछ लेगा यूपीएससी आपसे कि कौन सी डायनेस्टी प्रोमिनेंट थी या 8th सेंचुरी में थी या नहीं थी, तो ये थोड़ा सा याद रखना. लोकेशन क्या थी इसकी?
मालवा रीजन, कन्नौज राज्य।
प्राइमरीली वेस्टर्न एंड नॉर्दर्न इंडिया, centered around Avanti, that is Ujjain, and then later Kannauj. ठीक है. अब इसका फाउंडर कौन था?
नागभट्ट फर्स्ट।
क्या फिर से रिपीट करेंगे आप लोग?
सर नागभट्ट फर्स्ट।
हाँ जी। फाउंडर नागभट्ट फर्स्ट। कैपिटल?
कन्नौज।
पहले अवंती,
जी फिर बाद में कन्नौज।
लेटर कन्नौज। ठीक है। अब इनके इम्पोर्टेंट देखो, जितना मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ इससे बाहर कुछ नहीं आएगा। इम्पोर्टेंट जो डायनेस्टी जो डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, आपको मैं लिख के दे सकता हूँ कि इससे बाहर कुछ नहीं आएगा इसमें। सो सबसे पहले अब ये पूछ लेंगे, रूलर ही पूछ लेंगे, ठीक है। नागाभट्टा फर्स्ट। सो द डायनेस्टीज फाउंडर he first thing, founder of this dynasty, and his most celebrated achievement was defeating the Arab armies of the Umayyad Khalifas. Defeated army of Umayyad Caliphate, which were expanding east from Sindh. This victory was crucial in halting the Arab advance into mainland India. Next ruler, Bats Raza. He was the first Pratihar ruler to attempt to capture the imperial city of Kannauj, which initiated the tripartite struggle. Okay. Third one, so attempted to capture Kannauj. Next one is Nagbhatta 2. He succeeded Batsraja and for a time successfully, दो तीन चार तो याद कर लो आप, एटलीस्ट रिमेंबर टू, एटलीस्ट थ्री फोर important you need to remember. First and last is always important and prominent one. So at least three four. I'm not discussing all. I'm just discussing three four five. Nagbhat. So he succeeded Batsraja for a time, successfully captured Kannauj. Then the most famous,
मिहिर भोज।
Mihir Bhose, or he is known as Bhose first. The greatest ruler of the dynasty, the empire reached its zenith under him. He recaptured Kannauj, devout Vaishnavite. He adopted the title बताओ कौन सा टाइटल।
आदि वराह।
His reign was documented by Arab merchant Suleiman, who praised his powerful cavalry। अभी यूपीएससी को पूछना होगा तो यही पूछ लेंगे कि किसने रिकैप दोबारा से किया है, ठीक है। किसने जो सुलेमान था, इसने लिख देंगे कि सुलेमान डॉक्यूमेंटेड द रेन ऑफ नागभट्टा और महेंद्रपाला, इस तरीके से लिख देंगे, ठीक है। और लिख देंगे कि नागभट्टा फर्स्ट अडॉप्टेड द टाइटल ऑफ आदि वराह, अगर उनको थोड़ा सा डिफ़िकल्ट बनाना होगा। और इफ उनको अगर थोड़ा सा, इफ़ दे वांट टू मेक इट इजी, देन दे विल गिव यू डायरेक्ट स्टेटमेंट, ठीक है। नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट एंड लास्ट वन वी विल बी डिस्कसिंग महेंद्र पाल फर्स्ट। So he was the son of Mihir Bhoj. He maintained the empire and was a great patron of literature and art. His court poet was Rajsekhara, who wrote Karpura Manjri and Kavya Mimamsa. So I can write here about him. Great patron of literature. Second thing, court poet was Rajsekhara। अब यूपीएससी को अगर पूछना होगा तो वो एक आपको ये इसकी जो लिटरेचर है उनकी नेम दे देगा और पूछ लेगा किसने लिखा है, ठीक है। तो ये सब चीज़, यही सब पूछा जाता है। कर्पूरा मंजरी। सेकंड इज काव्य मीमांसा। अब इनका आर्ट, कल्चर एंड रिलीजन देख लेते हैं। सो सबसे पहले बात करते हैं रिलीजन की। रिलीजन क्या था इनका?
वैष्णविज्म।
ठीक है। वैष्णवाइट्स, टॉलरेंट, ऑफ जैनिज्म, ठीक है। और जैनिज्म, बुद्धिज्म, आर्किटेक्चर, so they were great patron of temple architecture, contributing to the development of Maru Gurjara style। टेम्पल्स ऑफ ओशियन कहाँ पर है ये?
जोधपुर।
राजस्थान। मेजर कॉम्प्लेक्स ऑफ हिंदू एंड जैन टेम्पल्स। तो पूछ सकते हैं आपसे कि सिर्फ हिंदू हैं, जैन हैं, बुद्धिस्ट हैं, तो इसको याद रखना। सेकंड इज बटेश्वर टेम्पल कॉम्प्लेक्स कहाँ पर है? बताओ, वेर इज इट लोकेटेड? कोई तो बताओ। बटेश्वर टेम्पल कॉम्प्लेक्स, सो इट्स लोकेटेड इन मध्य प्रदेश, मुरैना. It's a large group of over 200 sandstone temples. Next one is तेली का मंदिर. ये किधर है?
ग्वालियर।
ग्वालियर. Now let's talk about significance and decline. The their most important historical role was acting as bulwark against Arab invasions from the 19th to 11th century. They were the main victors of the tripartite struggle along with. सो जो ट्रीपार्टाइट था, कौन कौन सी डायनेस्टी लड़ रही थी कन्नौज के लिए? एक तो ये गुर्जर.
राष्ट्रकूट। पाला पाल पाला राष्ट्रकूटा एंड गुर्जर प्रतिहारा।
तो अगर आपसे कोई क्वेश्चन पूछ ले कि ये कंटेम्प्रेरी कौन कौन सी डायनेस्टी हैं, तो इतना याद रखना कि ये तीनों कंटेम्प्रेरी थी. ठीक है. हाँ, नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट डिक्लाइन. The dynasty was severely weakened by the attack of Rashtrakoot king Indra III. Indra III, who sacked Kannauj. Indra III was Rashtrakoot king. Later, repeated attacks by Mahmud of Ghazni in the 11th century shattered the empire, which broke apart into smaller Rajput states like the Chauhans. Second is the Pala dynasty. Time period
8th century।
8th to 12th century. Location who was the founder?
गोपाला गोपाल
Capital Godha and Patliputra. So now let's talk about important rulers. First one is Gopala. So the dynasty's founder, he was not from a royal family but was elected by people. So this thing you need to remember. Elected by pupil, not from royal family, to end a period of anarchy known as Matsya Nyay. To end a period of anarchy known as what?
Matsnya.
Hmm. What is the meaning of Matsya?
So here, the one who is mighty, he exploit the weaker people. It is said, like bigger fish eat the smaller fish,
Yeah,
like that
or the
image.
law of the jungle where the strong devour the weak. ठीक है. Second is Dharmapala, the dynasty's greatest ruler of dynasty. He expanded the empire significantly and was a key participant in the tri-party struggle, even managing to place his own nominee on the throne of uh, next one is Devpala. He was the son of Dharmapala. He maintained the empire's power and defeated the Pratiharas. Maipal first, known as the second founder of the dynasty, he revived its fortune after a period of decline. He was famously defeated by Rajendra Chola first on his northern expedition. आर्ट कल्चर एंड रिलीजन. रिलीजन के बारे में बताओ आप लोग.
So Buddhist.
So they were the last great royal patrons of Buddhism. They followed Mahayana and Vajrayana Tantric. school. If we talk about educational institution, Bikramsila University. Who was the founder of Bikramsila University?
Dharmpal.
Tantric Buddhism. Premier Center for. Then second is Somapura Mahabihara. इसके बारे में बताओ, किसने बिल्ड किया था इसको?
So again Dharmpala, and it is in the Bangladesh region and a UNESCO site.
इसको हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था ना उस दिन.
Yes, sir.
They also generously patronized the existing Nalanda University. Now let's talk about art. So Pala paintings on palm leaf manuscripts characterized by sinus lines and delicate colors. Second is bronze sculpture. So, a distinctive and elegant style of bronze casting known for its polished finish. Let's talk about significance. They dominated eastern India for centuries, were key player in the tripartite struggle, and were instrumental in the spread of Buddhism to Tibet. The famous Buddhist scholar Atisha Dipankara was the abbot of Bikramsila before he traveled to Tibet. Let's talk about decline. The dynasty was weakened by internal revolts and was ultimately overthrown by whom?
So Bakhtiyar Khilji.
Sena dynasty in the 12th century. Next, we'll discuss the Chauhanas or Chahmanas of Ajmer. Time period
So around 6th century.
7 to 12th century. Location. Where is the location?
Rajasthan.
Obviously, Ajmer is in Rajasthan. Who was the founder? Vasudeva. At Sakambari, capital Ajmer. It is known as Ajaya Meru as well. ठीक है. अब इम्पोर्टेंट रूलर्स डिस्कस कर लेते हैं. देखो, आपको एक चीज़ जो आप लोग क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हो, नीड टू आस्क क्वेश्चन कि डू वी नीड टू रिमेंबर. यस, यू नीड टू रिमेंबर as much as possible, because this exam is not the exam of intelligence. I'm telling you, 80% it is not the exam of intelligence, 20% I can say. Mostly this is the exam of rectification. So those who are good at rectification, they make it into the examination, then they just go in front of some oldies who are sitting, who are retired people, who have nothing to do in their life actually. So they ask some weird and stupid questions. What would you do even after knowing that these people are lying? Okay, then they'll give them marks, and then they become IAS officer. So they say that we want to serve people. Yes, they want to serve people by taking the bribe. And we have seen a lot of instances where somebody became IAS officer and within 2 years he was caught with crores of rupees. Somebody became some PCS officer and was caught with lakhs of rupees and land and taking bribes. So I tell you, hardly 10 to 20% officers are honest. 80 to 90% are corrupt in one way or the other way. This is the harsh reality. अगर ये IAS ऑफिसर और IPS ऑफिसर अगर करप्ट नहीं होंगे, मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ दिस कंट्री कैन प्रोग्रेस लाइक एनी थिंग. बट आप देखो कि सबसे ज़्यादा पैसा इन्हीं लोगों के पास होता है. अभी एक आईजी साहब पकड़े गए, उनके पास करोड़ों रुपए मिले हैं पंजाब से. तो एक करोड़ों रुपए इनकी सैलरी तो होती नहीं है. जो एक आईएएस ऑफिसर की सैलरी इनिशियली होती है 60-70 हज़ार होती है, धीरे धीरे बढ़ते बढ़ते 1.5 लाख 2 लाख पहुंचना शुरू हो जाती है. तो ये अचानक से इनके पास महंगी महंगी BMW और ये दुनिया भर की कार्स आ जाती हैं, दुनिया भर की चीज़ें आ जाती हैं. कहाँ से आती हैं? है ना. सब पैसा, वो तो सैलरी तो उनकी यूज ही नहीं होती है. सब पैसा इधर से उधर से हर जगह से. एक्चुअली ये बहुत सारे लोग जो हैं इस सिस्टम का मिसयूज करके और करोड़पति बन रहे हैं, अरबपति बन रहे हैं. बाकी जनता रोडपति है. यही सैड रियलिटी है. सो इसीलिए आप लोग प्रिपेयर्ड रहो कि आप जितना रट्टा मार सको उतना रट्टा मारो. सुबह सुबह उठो, कम से कम 2-3 घंटे घंटे चीज़ें याद करो. तब आपको बहुत आसानी से सिलेक्शन हो जाएगा. और आप याद नहीं करोगे, आप सोचोगे नहीं सिर्फ हमको तो सिर्फ अंडरस्टैंड करना है, समझना है. अब आपसे फैक्ट पूछ लेगा कि नागवट किस डायनेस्टी का बंदा था, आपको नहीं है याद. उसमें समझने जैसा क्या है? या तो आपको आता है या नहीं आता है, याद है या नहीं है. समझ रहे हो आप? नहीं तो आई गेटिंग माई पॉइंट?
ऐसे
सो जितना हो सके आप याद करो, ठीक है. अभी भाई मैं आपको बताऊं, देर आर माई स्टूडेंट्स एंड एंड नाउ दे स्टार्टेड मेंटरिंग. अरे भाई आपको मेंटरिंग ही करनी थी तो आप शुरू से ही मेंटरिंग करो. काहे को यूपीएससी की तैयारी कर रहे हो? अभी आप साथ में तैयारी भी कर रहे हो एंड देन यू आर मेंटरिंग पीपल. तो ना तो आपका होगा और पता नहीं जिनको आप मेंटर कर रहे हो उनका होगा नहीं होगा. पढ़ लो पहले, अटेम्प्ट दे दो, उसके बाद फिर मेंटरिंग करना है, जो करना है वो करते रहो, है ना. कोई मतलब नो वन इज स्टॉपिंग यू. सो लोगों के गोल क्या है ना, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट. एक टाइम में 10 गोल हो जाते हैं एंड दैट्स द रीज़न यू आर नॉट एबल टू अचीव इवन वन गोल ऑल्सो. Anyway, let's come back to our discussion. Ajay Raja II. So he founded the city of Ajmer in the 12th century and made it its his capital. Second one is Vigraha Raja 4. He is also known as Bisal Dev, a powerful ruler who captured Delhi from the Tomar Rajputs. He was also a poet and built a Sanskrit college that was later converted into the Adhai Din Ka Jhopra Mosque. Next one is Prithviraj Chauhan. Prithviraj III. The most famous ruler of the dynasty, he is celebrated for his military exploits, including his conflict with the Chandela king Paramardi. His fame rests on his two conflicts with Muhammad of Gaur. First Battle of Tarain in 1191. Prithviraj decisively defeated Gauri. Second Battle of Tarain, that is in 1192. Prithviraj was defeated and captured. The battle is a major turning point in Indian history as it opened North India to Turkish conquest and led to the establishment of the Delhi Sultanate. Now let's talk about art, culture, and religion. So first of all, we'll talk about religion. So they were primarily Savites, but were known for their tolerance and particularly towards Jainism, which flourished under their rule. If we talk about literature, Prithviraj court poet Chand Vardai is traditionally credited with writing the Prithviraj Raso, an epic poem detailing the king's life, though it was likely composed and expanded over centuries. If we talk about significance and decline, then significance, they were the last great Hindu kingdom to rule Delhi before the establishment of Sultanate. Decline, that dynasty uh, effectively ended. Uh, the dynasty effectively ended with the defeat of Prithviraj in 1192. His territories were annexed by Ghurid Empire. ठीक है. Now next one are Yadavas of Devagiri. Time period 12th to 14th century. Location
देवगिरी महाराष्ट्र.
present day Maharashtra. Founder Bhelama fifth. Capital Devgiri. Later renamed Daulatabad by Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So let's talk about important rulers. First one is Bhelama 5. Originally a feudatory of Western Chalukyas, he declared independence and established the Yadava kingdom, founding the new capital at Devgiri. Second is Singhama, Singhna 2. Considered the most powerful Yadav ruler, he expanded the empire to its greatest extent. Then Ram Chandra, the last great ruler of dynasty, his reign saw the first major incursion of Delhi Sultanate into the Deccan. If we talk about art, culture, and religion, so let's talk about first of all religion. They were patrons of Vaishnavism, particularly the Vithoba cult, centered at Pandharpur. If we talk about literature, this period is considered golden age of Marathi literature. Uh, Sant Dhyaneshwar or Gyaneshwar. Sant Gyaneshwar or Dhyaneshwar. So, literature. a revered saint who during this period wrote Dhyaneshwari, a commentary on the Bhagavad Gita, and Amruta Anubhav. And then the second is Mukunda Raja. Uh, he wrote Viveka Sindhu, one of the earliest major works in Marathi administration. The scholar Hemadri or Hemad Pant served as a minister. He invented the Modi script for writing Marathi, wrote extensively on administration, uh, medicine, and religion. If we talk about significance, they were the dominant power in Deccan after the Chalukyan and patronized the emergence of Marathi as a major literary language. If we talk about decline, then in 1296, Alauddin Khilji, then governor of Kara, raided Devgiri and forced King Ramchandra to pay a massive tribute. Later, as Sultan Khilji general Malik Kafur invaded again and made the Yadavas vassals, the kingdom was finally annexed by the Sultanate in 1317. Next one is Rashtrakoot dynasty. इनका time period
It's the 8th to 10th century.
8th to 10th century. Location
The location is Central and South India.
modern Karnataka and Maharashtra. Founder
Danti Durg.
capital
Malikhet.
modern Malkhed in Karnataka. So let's talk about important rulers. Danti Durg 735 to 756. The founder, he was a feudatory of the Badami Chalukyas and overthrew his overlord Kirti Barman. Overthrew Kirti Barman to establish the Rashtrakoot Empire. He performed the Hiranyagarbha ritual to legitimize his new Kshatriya status. Second is Krishna first, Danti Durga's uncle. He is remembered for commissioning the Kailasa temple of
Ellora.
at Ellora,
Ellora.
a monolithic marble carved from a single rock. Then Govinda III, a brilliant military commander who led successful campaign from Kannauj in the north to Kanchipuram to the south. Then Amogh Varsha, First, Amok Barsa first. The longest reigning ruler, 64 years. He was a great patron of art and literature, known for his cultural pursuit, then for war. Then Indra III, famous for his successful northern campaign where he sacked Kannauj, dealing a severe blow to Pratihara Empire. Let's talk about religion. The rulers were remarkably tolerant, patronizing Shaivism, Vaishnavism, and especially Jainism. Many rulers and generals were devout Jains. If we talk about architecture, then the greatest contribution is the rock cut capes, Ellora cave 1 to 29, and Kailasa temple. This is undisputed masterpiece of Indian rock cut architecture built by Krishnavan. Cave number 16. If we talk about literature, they were great patrons of Kannada literature. Amok Varsa first himself co-authored Kavi Raj Marg, the earliest available work on rhetoric and poetic in the Kannada language. His court was home to many great Jain saints and scholars. If we talk about significance, they were the dominant power in Deccan for over 2 centuries and were the most powerful leg of the tripartite struggle. Their northern campaigns, especially Indra III's, dramatically altered the political landscape of North India. If we talk about decline, the dynasty was overthrown by Tailapa, a feudatory who went on to found the later Western Chalukya dynasty in 973. Alright, so we have discussed all these dynasties.